Hi, fourth graders, fourth grade families, and fourth grade teachers. My name is Susan Mello, and I am presently working as the Title I Math Coordinator for the Mascoma Valley Regional School District. Before we even get started, I would like to thank Nancy Murphy, Director of Curriculum Instruction and Assessment, and the fourth grade teachers. Nancy and I put these bags together and chose some of the activities, and we had a lot of input from the fourth grade teachers. So thank you, everyone, for making this the bag that it is. Your grade level appropriate manipulative, fourth graders, is you received fraction tiles, and I believe you use these in class. So we built some of the activities around this manipulative. So you have these tiles all the way up to 1/12. You have a book called Circumference and the Fraction Fair, and it's a book that you can read and enjoy. It's bright and colorful. Some of the activities that are built around fractions are, one of them is called Fishing for Fractions. It's a takeoff on the Go Fish game. You use your fraction notation cards. Mine are cut apart, but yours will not be. If you can cut them apart, that would be great. You're going to deal out 7 cards to each player, and you're going to ask the players, go around the circle and ask the other players. Instead of saying, do you have whatever you ask for in a Go Fish game, you're going to choose the denominator of your fraction. So if this was the card that I wanted to match, I would say, do you have any eighths? And I would be able to make pairs doing that. The game is over until someone runs out. The game is over when someone runs out of cards, and the winner is the person who has the most cards set aside. Using this game, using these cards again, these fraction notation cards, this time mix in the wild cards. This game is, you're going to shuffle them together, and you're going to deal 7 cards to each player, and turn over the top, and then put the remaining cards on the table, turn over the top card. That's the target card. The people go around, you put, unless it's a wild card, then bury that and put another card on the top. You can match, players can match the target card one of 3 ways. They can match it, for example, if the target card is 4/8, they can match it with an equivalent fraction, like 3/6, 1/2, or 2/4. Or they can match it with a like denominator, any card that is an eighth. Or you can play a wild card and name any denominator, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10, 12, or 100 as an equivalent fraction. So if the target card is 4/8 and I choose a wild card, I could say 50/100ths, and that's an equivalent fraction. Wanted to go over that because that game is a little bit different, and that's called fraction match. Since fourth graders have spent some time learning about fractions and decimals, we have another game here, and it's called Decimal Memory. Decimal Memory. It has amounts shown in hundredths, in fraction form, and in decimal form. So this is 5/100ths, and this is how you would write 5/100ths in a decimal. We also have 5/10ths, and this is how you would write it in a decimal. The difference, of course, between tenths and 100ths is the 0. What I would do with this deck would be, I might put a T on the back of all the 10th cards. No, I might put a D on the back of all the decimal cards, or an F on the back of the fraction cards. So you're matching a fraction with a decimal, just to make sure you're doing that. We do have another fraction game. Again, yours is coming home in one piece. I have cut mine apart, and what's really cool about these are it's a fraction in a circular shape. Also, there's a number line on the bottom, and there's a fraction on the back. So in this game, it's called Fraction Top It. You deal 16 cards number side up to each player, and then you spread them out. And I'm going to try to top it. So for example, my opponent plays 3/12, and I play 4/12, and we're discussing which one is bigger. I'm just going to use this as an example. We can check it by turning it over, and you can see by the representation of the fraction that 4/12 is more than 3/12. You can also see it on the number line. So 4/12 takes it and takes the card just like in any other topic game. You can also play fraction memory with these cards. Let me just review these instructions so I get them to you straight. You want to collect the most pairs of equivalent fractions. So you have put them number side up. It's a review. In some instances, I'm giving you the number. I'm giving you 5/10, and I'm looking for another number, another fraction that is equivalent to 5/10. Well, it could be 2/4. How to check it? Turn it over, and you can see that both the representations of the fraction are equal. So yes, that is a match. Okay, so that's there. Fraction memory and fraction topic. You also have a deck of cards. Some of these topic games, I'm not going to go through all of them. They're self-explanatory right here. You can use your deck of cards for the 4 sets of numbers 1 through 9 or 1 through 10. Now, a deck of cards, 0. A deck of cards does not have a 0 in it, but you can take out the jacks, the queens, and the kings, the picture cards, and use one of those to represent a 0. So you can use these for your number cards. You also have a game in there called Rugs and Fences, and this is a game practicing perimeters versus area, another topic that you talked about in 4th grade. So you choose a rectangle card. I've chosen a rug, and the dimensions are 5 long and 2 wide, and then I'm going to turn over a card. My card says P, find the perimeter. So I'm going to find the perimeter, or my card might have said A, and in that case it would say find the area, or it might say A or P, partner's choice. So the person that I'm playing with gets to choose whether I have to find the area or the perimeter, or it might say player's choice, and in that case I get to choose whether I find the area or the perimeter. Just a fun way to practice some multiplication facts. If you need some help, we've also included a multiplication and division facts table. Another tool that we've put in there is a number grid, just because they always come in handy as a tool. Last but not least, I've also included a geometry concentration game. Yours is coming in one piece, but I've cut them apart. There's a illustration of the geometry term and a definition of the geometry term. Again, when I cut these apart, I would put P on the back of the picture and D on the back of the dimension or of the definition, or I would just put a star on the back, some way to delineate so when you're playing concentration, you know you're turning over one picture and one definition. That just about covers your math bags this year. There's a couple of topic games in here for you to play. Oh, there's one topic game that I wanted to go over very briefly. Use your number cards from your card deck. And in this game, you are playing, you are doing topic, you're choosing 6 cards, and your opponent's choosing 6 cards, and you're going to make the largest number you can find, thinking about 100,000s, 10,000s, thousands, and then the second part of the sheet, this one printed upside down, hundreds, tens, and ones, and using what you know about place value and how the value of the number changes, you're going to build, player one builds their number on the top row, player 2 builds their number on the bottom row, and whoever's number is higher takes it with the topic. So that, I just want to go over everything. I just wanted to go over everything. The topic games are in here for your enjoyment. Thank you again for everyone who helped. Thank you for listening, and have a wonderful time with your math bag. Thanks.